Ladies and gentlemen, please, your winner of the Bass Pro Shops NHRA night race, Mr. Kevin Harvick.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, so it's been a long time since we were at Bristol, and I've never won the night race, so all these new activities that I'm getting to experience
or
for the
the
first
afternoon
time.
race.
Yeah. Whatever. We'll take the trophy home and be happy with it, right? So it's,
yes, you will.
Anytime you can come out of Bristol and have all the wheels rolling and make it to victory lane, we're pretty excited. So great job to everybody at Bristol Motor Speedway. I mean, this is something I think I watched one of the best as a fan, sitting there and watching the Xfinity race on Friday night. I think that's the best race I've watched in I don't know how many years, to see all those guys. And as a driver tonight, being able to run the top, the bottom, the middle, that was pretty exciting. So, you know, to step out and do the things that they did to the racetrack was all for you guys. So as drivers, we were excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
That was awesome. Really, really cool. I got to ask you first about, that was so cool with Tony Stewart right after the race. Talk a little bit about what you guys talked about, and that was pretty awesome.
Well, we had never talked about anything. I learned that Tony and I were really bad at sign language between one seat to the other seat. And I knew that I wanted to do something with Tony the next time that we won a race. I just didn't know what. And I told him, I said, get out of your car. And he's like, mm-mm, I'm not getting out of my car. I'm like, just leave it there. And he's like, mm-mm, I'm not moving. I'm like, okay. He's like, just follow me. A typical Tony Stewart fashion, you know, being the boss. He kind of leads the train, and next thing you know, we're doing donuts out here. So that was pretty cool to
awesome.
Celebrate with Tony in his last race at Bristol and in Victory Lane. And you know, Tony's been a big part of everything that we've done over the last 3 years, and to have won a championship and been with him and seen him win it at you know, Sonoma this year, and be able to do that today was just kind of one of those things that you check off the list that was pretty freaking cool to celebrate with Tony Stewart.
That's awesome. Now, we talked about the trophies. We actually got to see your credenza with the eagle on it fly by here.
We had to load it on a Polaris. That's yours.
All right.
You get to take that home with you.
Find a corner for the trophy.
Yeah.
It only weighs 300 pounds, the new trophy.
Yeah. So I have these two bears. I have these two giant bears they used to give away for the, I probably shouldn't say this, at the Bass Pro race, but it was the Cabela's race. So in Michigan, they had these two giant bears that are very similar. I thought that was the biggest trophy that I had, but I have a new one.
It's Bristol, baby. That's what we say around here.
That was pretty cool to see Johnny Morris. I got to see our Bush friend and buddy Kevin Van Dam here last night. I didn't see him today, but he's a big part of the Bush brand and pretty damn good fisherman too.
Yeah. So about the race, tell us what were your thoughts on the low line? Did it work? Maybe it was last night more so than tonight. What were your thoughts on that?
No, I mean, it hung around and worked, and I think the biggest thing was nobody wants to see a car that's 4 or 5 tenths slower riding around in the top lane and nobody be able to pass them, and it just opened the whole racetrack up, and I think reapplying the rosin, you know, was something that NASCAR in general was like, whoa, this is stepping way outside the box, and I think everybody wanted to try something different to try to get that bottom groove back to where it needed to be. The top groove came in really well and was still the preferred groove after, you know, 10 or 15 laps. But you could still run the bottom and pass cars that were off the pace, and for position you could set them up. And you know, to see that bottom groove back like that, it was a little bit rough down there to start with the rosin. But as it wore off, it got better and better and better. And you had, you know, 4 to 6 inches on the left side of the tires that you could run in, or you could run up a little bit on the bottom groove and be able to make time. So it was good to have those grooves be equal. And I think, you know, from your group, you guys have that advantage to, you know, from your drag race and stuff, to be able to put that rosin and that VHT and then put rubber on it and really know what to do. Opened up the whole sport to like, wow, that was pretty cool. We took a racetrack that everybody didn't think was as competitive as they thought it should be and made it competitive top to bottom. So now you got everybody thinking about what they need to do to their track to make it as competitive as this one.
Yeah.
So last question, then we're going to do our traditional toast the winner with you, and we're going to take a group photo that we're going to post online for all these fans. So, and then, by the way, these are the Bristol Believers, the folks that stuck around and came out here on the start-finish line to see you. So,
wait a second. Did you call them Believers?
Believers with a V.
Okay.
With a V.
All right. All right. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
But how does it feel to hold up that sword and win the night race, afternoon race, here at Bristol Motor Speedway?
Felt like a gladiator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to hold up the sword and know how much Bristol means to the fans and to see the crowd and to see everybody that came back today was pretty awesome. I know it was kind of a miserable weekend weather-wise, in and out with the rain, but it's what our fans do. They're the best fans in sports.
Yes, they are.
Appreciate it.
That's it. Well, we're going to do our traditional toast, so everybody make sure you've got a beverage, make sure you've got a cup. We're all going to turn around, scooch together. We're going to look up at the flag stand up there. You got your beverage. We're all going to step up here, and on the count of 3, we're going to say it's Bristol, baby, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's Bristol, baby! Wait, did you blink? Did you blink?
I doubt it.
Once again, a big toast.
Awesome, guys.
To our
Thank
winner,
you for sticking around.
Mr. Kevin Harvick, winner of the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race here at Bristol.
Yeah.
Appreciate everything.
Thank you. Thanks for your support on that stuff.